4 places.
5.
Yes, naturally. But 4 of us.
You know, I always liked Kovar, even in the old days.
Yes, poor fellow.
Janos, this London traffic.
Sir,
In time, am I?
none of us can avoid that, sir.
Both true and melancholy, Janos, and not the answer I wanted.
No, sir.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Really?
Poor Kovar.
Well, at least he knew who he was.
Don't we?
We do. Most people don't.
He died calmly. I don't know who will take his place.
Bielski seems to be sitting in it.
It hadn't escaped my notice.
Happy, are you? No, the bars are for your own good. There are cats out there. Yes, cats. With teeth. There. It's time. You'll be good? Don't worry about the bars.
Gentlemen, the President, Marshal Milovan Obotnik. The Presidential Council in Exile is now in session.
Gentlemen, we will stand in memory of our friend and colleague, Finance Minister Kovar. Be seated, please. Perhaps you'd open the session, Count Bielski.
Well, I think everyone has in front of them the latest figures for the gross national product, Mr. President, for the first 6 months in '68, of course.
Yes, Kovar's figures.
Yes, they would have been, had he been here to give them.
It seems to me, Mr. President, that taxation might now be reduced. 32% is high.
Always a popular measure.
Oh, but defense costs mount.
Are these the figures?
1,200 million lavem in 1967.
I think we should cut that back. I'm sure the people would expect it.
Yes, as our enemies would welcome it.
Enemies?
Does Murz really imagine that after a withdrawal, the Russians will be any more friendly towards us?
The days when they were automatically our enemies are over.
Not for us.
Never for us.
We have to remember that when we were free, they threatened us. And when we were slaves, they were our masters.
As now.
For the time being.
As long as this council exists, the country remains free.
All the same, if we were to achieve independence by way of a treaty with the USSR...
Treaty. We all know they are unscrupulous. Nothing they sign can be trusted. We also know they are communists, and they're opposed to us as we are to them.
It's a country that has used the defeat of Nazi Germany as a chance to oppress populations which they claim to be liberating.
Cannot be treated with by governments like ourselves.
Well, as Minister of Defense, I can't accept that cuts should come from my departmental budget.
The administration of any cuts is the role for the Minister of Finance.
It's beyond poor Kovar now.
No.
What's going on? What is it to do with you can't come in here.
It's private in here. A private meeting.
I can see that.
Janusz, this woman must leave.
You must leave them if you
Don't
request.
touch me. I have rights here.
Rights? Who are you? What do you want here?
That's a private meeting. We have business to attend to.
Business?
Things we must
do, yes.
Oh, you mean you've words to speak, a few poses to make, like amateur actors in a bad charade. Oh, no. You've even stopped amusing yourselves. You're self-deluded, hypocritical, probably insane.
Oh,
Yes, insane. Isn't that what you call people who found dreams more acceptable than reality?
I must know who you are.
My name is Nadia Kovar.
Kovar?
His daughter?
No, she wouldn't come. She thinks you're real. But I've had more time to grow away from all this nonsense. I'm his granddaughter.
His granddaughter.
I wanted to see what you looked like. I wanted to see this place.
He was a colleague. We loved him. Stood by him.
Stood by him?
As friends.
And when he died?
Well, then that was a great shock.
Oh, unexpected.
He seemed the same as always.
The same as always. Yes, I wanted to see it. There's no air in here. Just dust. All the years in layers. It's like walking into someone's dream.
We understand your need to mourn, Miss
His
Kovar.
dream. Well, yours and his. His daughter's nightmare. He died of starvation. Did you know that?
Oh, but they said it was something bronchial. His chest.
Pneumonia. He had no resistance.
He was an old man.
He was younger than you, but you're still alive.
Oh, do I sense a touch of bitterness? The edge of an indictment, perhaps?
He was... We respected him.
He was my friend for over 50 years. You must know that.
Neither respect nor friendship stopped you from killing him.
I don't think I quite understand you, Miss Kovar.
No, you can't, can you? Can't you see it's only a game you play here? You call yourselves a government in exile.
Yes, that's what we are. The legal government. Only the president has the right to dismiss us.
You?
Yes.
Well, then end it. Dismiss them. The country died 30 years ago. You know it. The frontiers buckled, the flags came down, the uniforms are made into overalls for farmers. You know it. You know it's true.
We are here. To that extent, it isn't true.
In 30 years, has anyone ever asked to have you back? Bring back President Obotnik. Has anyone said that?
Now, don't be silly. You know it's impossible. The people aren't free.
My grandfather starved, you know. He starved. He lived in a basement, and the only meat he saw was in the carcasses of the rats who lived there with him. He might have worked. He was offered jobs. A grocer needing a cashier, and then an exporter who wanted a clerk. They wanted him, but he refused. He said, I'm a minister. How can I fulfill that duty and take work like this? Well, don't you see? He took it all seriously. This rubbish, this damn charade of yours. And later he might have had a pension. He was old enough. But he said, I'm the Minister of Finance. How would it look if the papers discovered that I was standing in line at the post office waiting for my wage?
I don't want to seem unpleasant, but couldn't you or your mother...
Don't you think we tried to help? My mother had to cope with a disabled husband, and I went to school.
But he never complained.
Did you expect him to? A man like that? Come to you hat in hand, a man like that?
He seemed the same. He never seemed to change.
Well, how could he? Sitting here with you, thinking the world stopped 30 years ago. Keeping up reality with this damn... It doesn't exist! It hasn't existed for 30 years! Playing your stupid games with taxes you can't collect and armies who've never even heard of you! You killed him!
No!
With all this
Don't touch the papers!
These lies! He might have been an ordinary happy man, but with all this rubbish...
You can't do this!
Oh, you let him be a ghost!
No!
quiet, quiet.
You killed him!
Take her outside, Janos.
Sir,
Let go.
if you'll hold her, sir.
We must decide what's to be done.
Done?
You insulted the legal government of your country.
My country.
Don't talk to me of passports. Kovar was your grandfather. The country is yours. You've insulted its government. You've attacked its ministers. You've desecrated its flag.
If you knew how we loved him, how we respected him, if you only knew.
I'm a soldier, Miss Kovar, and under orders. Don't imagine that I won't shoot. Now come on. Slowly.
It was just that it had to be said. After all, my grandfather is dead. It's nonsense, you know, the gun and this imitation arrest. I mean, those men out there, you're not like them, are you?
Perhaps not, miss, but I can't let you go.
Why?
Well, I'm a servant and a soldier. They're my masters, and I care for them. That's my job. You're trying to take the ground from under my feet, too. Remember who they are. There's got to be somebody left who jumps when they give an order.
But you can't keep me prisoner. That's ridiculous.
In the old days when they gave an order, hundreds of people went inside.
But that's the old days.
Nothing's changed here. When they come here, they know where they are, what's what. It's only once a month, but it gives them something to live for.
But it's not real. I mean, you know it's not. If we go through that door...
If? But we aren't. We're staying here.
We must decide what to do.
The girl was overwrought. I think we should start from there.
The magnanimous here.
Oh, no, that won't do. We've been insulted.
Yes, bitterly.
We've been accused. Our meeting disrupted.
The flag was torn, our purpose called in question, our loyalty denied.
Well, she was angry, grieving.
No, our rights cannot be overlooked.
She must pay for her actions.
She's only a girl.
There was violence, verbal and physical. There must come a time when we assert ourselves.
She must be punished.
The flag was torn.
You see, miss, you're too young. I mean, for you, the country's just a lot of talk, history, old people's memories. You think it's just a district in Russia. But the things people remember are true, too. And they can remember what these old men sitting in London used to be.
Well, all right, used to be. But these men can't sit in a room and call themselves a country, a government.
They were sent out. Oh, the country was falling. You should have seen the chaos. The Germans with their tanks here, their cavalry there. They were prepared for everything. So the government left and came to London. And that made sense to the people. It made them feel that the country's heart was still beating.
But that's over. The Russians have come since then, the communists. Time has passed.
That's not my business.
But you help them play their games.
I'm a soldier. When an officer gives me an order, I obey it. That's my job.
Let me go, please.
You don't understand, miss. Before you burst in, they were all right. You keep chatting on about dreams, but it's all real to them. They thought they were doing something important. You should have left them alone.
Well, they didn't leave my grandfather
He
alone.
was free. He chose. Well, that's what people do, isn't it? They choose their dreams.
Please.
Your dignity has been hurt. That's all there is to it. You don't like the idea of this miserable girl bursting in here?
No! We've put up with a lot of derision in the past, but if the people themselves ought to take things into their own hands...
The people? One girl?
She represents the thousands who live like her. If we do nothing, we're finished.
We've talked for 3 decades. Notes sent here, representations there, letters all over the place. But when something faces us, when we have to act in some positive way to assert ourselves...
To act?
Yes, to act! Has the word died here? Huh. We moved armies once. We settled happiness of millions of people. Have decisions become too hard for us?
You really want to act, to do something?
We must.
It is unavoidable.
But act in what way? What can we do?
The law still stands.
We have jurisdiction here.
Gentlemen, I shall call a recess in order that you may discuss the crime.
The crime? What crime?
The flag was torn. The crime is treason.
I probably have to lock you up.
You're doing this to frighten me, aren't you? Keeping me here.
I don't want to lock you up. I've only got that cubby hole there. It's dark in there.
They seem pleased with themselves.
You certainly stirred them up, no question about that.
What will they do?
Well, there's not much choice, is there? I mean, imprisonment, for instance. They couldn't keep you here for long.
Not like the old days. I've committed no crime. You've got no right to hold me.
No crime.
Will you let me pass?
You know I won't. Disruption of presidential council, destruction of state papers, insults to ministers, desecration of the flag. That's the bad one, you know. Tearing down that flag.
Why? You said there's nothing they can do.
Not nothing, miss. I said they hadn't much choice.
We can't do it.
In essence, she's still one of our nationals.
Under our jurisdiction.
Subject to our law.
In any case, there is no alternative.
But in common decency...
No time for that. We are uncommon men, Count, or we are nothing.
In an uncommon situation or nowhere.
Well, then, in the name of charity.
We are representatives of our country, hard-pressed to hold on to history. Charity has no part of our commitment.
But a girl like that?
If it's treason, it doesn't matter who committed it.
Action!
Yes, it's time.
It's time we did something.
You're very serious? You really serious?
Who'd do it?
I'm a soldier.
You?
It's my job.
Murder?
Execution.
No, murder.
I done it before in the old days.
You couldn't do it.
Yes. That or anything they asked me.
Yes? Well, Count Bielski?
You know, of course, what they want.
Yes.
I don't understand.
No.
We can't do
We
it.
must. Why? Do you imagine I want to find it amusing in some way?
I don't know. I don't know what to imagine.
Still, you took Kova's job.
Ah, his title.
You make a distinction?
Well, isn't there one?
No.
Isn't there? Between this room and the uniform you're wearing. Between the way we live and the kind of men we say we are.
If you think like that, why did you take Kova's place? Why come to the council at all month after month?
It passes the time. But in any case, it was a habit.
Only a habit.
Well, perhaps there is some optimism left. Something that insists that one day we shall go back. But for that, do we have to condemn this wretched girl?
Don't we? She wants us to see ourselves as trivial. For men in our position, that's the most damaging attack she could have made. It's treason.
Well, that's nothing new.
We're the last legal government our country ever freely chose.
And because of that, do you really imagine that the grateful people will one day cheer you back into the presidential palace?
No. No. We do what we do in order that millions of people shouldn't be robbed of their identity. That's not insanity, Bielski. It's not ambition. It's responsibility. As long as we are here, the country exists. But we have to remain convinced, Bielski. We have to remain utterly steadfast in our view of ourselves. If the country is ever free again, on that day we must be able to pass on our tradition.
And if it is never free again?
By never, I suppose you mean in our lifetimes?
Well, all right.
Then we shall have made a fine romantic gesture. 100 years from now, they will put up statues of us. But it all depends on our remaining whole men, on our being absolutely certain all the time that I'm President Robotnik, that you are the new finance minister.
Yes. Yes, I suppose you're right.
You think the recess has gone on long enough? Now, gentlemen, a vote, I think. I should like to mention, I'd like unanimity.
No abstentions, Mr. President?
Absolute unanimity. Those in favor?
My God, there are lessons to be taught. They'll know we count for something now.
They'll realize we are here.
They'll realize we're still on the map. Still have laws and ways of upholding them.
It's time it was noticed that we still have power.
It's time that was understood.
It will be, it will be.
I suppose we do have jurisdiction.
Do you doubt it?
Naturally, Mr. President, no, but if the police...
I don't expect the police to determine disputes in international law.
Naturally, of course.
We're too old, you see. I mean, you're asking us to change. You're asking for a whole revolution.
Why don't they hurry? They're going to decide something.
Oh, they'll decide something in the end. The old always win in the end. The old always win. They've got time on their side, you see.
Janosch?
Sir.
Bring the girl in here.
It is the edict of this council that the prisoner of state, Nadia Kovar, be put to death.
No!
The sentence is to be carried out by an appropriate unit of the armed forces at the earliest possible moment. Sergeant, you are the officer in command of the firing party. This will be your warrant.
Sir.
No! Please! You can't!